Have you ever known that some fruits can help unclog your penis veins? As men get older, many begin to notice subtle changes in how blood flows, especially in areas that once never gave them trouble. It might start with lower energy, less firmness, or just a general sense that things are slowing down. And while that can feel frustrating or even embarrassing, the truth is, it's often tied to something surprisingly simple: circulation. In particular, the health of the tiny veins that support blood flow to the penis can quietly decline with age. But the good news is, there are ways to help keep them open and working well. In this video, we're going to explore 5 everyday fruits that older men can eat to support better blood flow naturally. These aren't exotic or expensive. They're easy to find, backed by science and full of nutrients that help restore the elasticity and strength of the veins that matter most. Even if you don't think something like fruit can make a real difference, what you'll discover here may change your mind. Each of these fruits has a specific role, whether it's helping the arteries relax, fighting off inflammation, or nourishing your body with compounds that support healthier, stronger circulation. And no, we're not talking about miracle cures or empty promises. Just honest, down-to-earth food that quietly works behind the scenes. To support one of the most personal parts of your health, stay tuned until the end, because you'll not only learn what these 5 fruits are, but also how they can help you feel more like yourself again. Confident, capable, and energized. This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about moving forward with strength and clarity, even as the years go by. Let's get started. Number 1. Pomegranates quiet work on your blood vessels. One of the most powerful fruits for older men, especially when it comes to blood flow in sensitive areas, is the pomegranate. You've probably seen it before, maybe even tasted it, but what you might not know is just how good it is at supporting the very veins that matter most as you age. The juice, the seeds, even the deep red color, all of it is loaded with antioxidants, particularly one called punicalagon, which has been shown to protect the lining of blood vessels and help them stay flexible and open. That's a big deal when you're trying to maintain healthy circulation below the waist. Now, we're not just talking about improving heart health here. Pomegranate specifically helps boost nitric oxide levels in your body. That's the chemical your blood vessels use to relax and open up. And when those vessels are wider, blood flows more freely, including to the penis. You don't need to chug gallons of juice either. Just a small glass a day or a handful of seeds sprinkled over your morning, oatmeal can be enough to start seeing benefits over time. What's remarkable about pomegranate is how gentle but effective it is. It's not trying to act like a medication. It simply supports what your body is already trying to do. Move blood smoothly, nourish tissue, and keep the plumbing in good working order. That's especially helpful if you're dealing with early signs of reduced circulation, like occasional softness or slower response time. Take Harold, for example. He's 72, walks every morning, and keeps a pretty healthy routine. But he told me once that something just felt a bit off, like he wasn't getting the same results from intimacy that he used to. His doctor ruled out serious issues, so he started adjusting his diet. And one of the things he added was a daily dose of pomegranate. It wasn't instant, but after a few weeks, he noticed things started to feel more responsive. His energy was better, and he said he felt more plugged in, if you will. That's the quiet work of fruit doing its job. No drama, no pressure, just support where you need it most. There's something reassuring about that, especially as we get older. You don't have to overhaul your entire life or chase miracle cures. Sometimes it's as simple as choosing the right fruit. So if you're looking for a natural way to help those important blood vessels stay open and strong, don't overlook the humble pomegranate. It might just surprise you. Number 2, watermelon's hidden gift for older circulation. When most people think of watermelon, they think of summer picnics and sweet slices on hot afternoons. But what many don't realize is that watermelon holds a powerful compound inside it, something that may quietly support your blood flow in ways you never expected. That compound is called citrulline. It's an amino acid, and when it enters your body, it gets converted into another substance called arginine, which then helps produce nitric oxide. That's the same nitric oxide that relaxes and widens blood vessels, letting blood move more freely, especially in areas where older men start to notice a bit of slowdown. Now, here's what makes watermelon so useful. It works gently. It doesn't force the body. It simply nourishes the system that controls how blood travels through your veins. And when those veins lead to the penis, the benefit becomes more than just scientific. It becomes personal. Because when circulation improves down there, confidence often follows. Not in a loud, boastful way, but in that quiet sense of knowing things are still working, still responsive, still alive. It's also worth noting that watermelon is hydrating and rich in vitamins like A and C, which support overall vein health and immune function. But the real star is the citrulline, and studies have shown that consistent intake can lead to better blood flow and even improve firmness in older men. And no, you don't need to eat a whole melon at once. A cup or two a day is plenty. Some even prefer blending it into a smoothie or slicing it up with a little sprinkle of salt to bring out the flavor. Let me tell you about Edward, age 69. He's one of those men who always thought food was just fuel, never paid attention to nutrition, just ate what was quick and familiar. But after a few gentle nudges from his wife, who noticed he seemed less motivated in the bedroom, he started reading up on natural ways to support circulation. That's when he discovered the benefits of watermelon. He started adding a bowl to his lunch every day. Nothing fancy. After a month, he told me he felt more responsive, and this was the part. He said with a smile, more like himself again, "There's something empowering about taking small steps that support your body without relying on medications or complicated routines." Watermelon won't change everything overnight, but it's one of those fruits that works quietly and consistently, building you back up from the inside out. Especially as you get older, that kind of natural support can be worth its weight in gold. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, avocado's role in vein strength and blood flow. When people think about fruit that supports male health, avocado isn't always the first one that comes to mind. But make no mistake, this soft, creamy fruit is packed with exactly the kind of nutrients. Older men need to keep blood flowing freely, especially in areas where circulation tends to slow with age. What makes avocado unique is its rich content of healthy fats, specifically monounsaturated fats, that help reduce bad cholesterol and improve heart and arterial health. And since every artery and vein is connected, when you support your cardiovascular system, you're also helping maintain healthy blood flow down below. Avocados are also full of vitamin E, which plays a quiet but powerful role in protecting the walls of blood vessels from damage and keeping them flexible. When veins stay elastic, they're better able to expand and contract with blood pressure changes, which directly supports more reliable and consistent blood flow to the penis. As we age, that flexibility becomes more important than ever. Rigid or narrowed vessels can interfere with responsiveness, while healthy vessels allow for smoother performance and better stamina. Now you might be thinking, that's great, but how much avocado do I need to eat? The answer is not much. Just half an avocado a few times a week can provide those beneficial fats and vitamins. Slice it onto toast, mash it into a salad, or eat it plain with a little salt and lemon. The key is consistency, not quantity. Let me give you an example. Frank, age 75, had started noticing that he just didn't feel as strong or confident as he used to. Not just in the bedroom, but in general. He wasn't interested in pills and didn't like the idea of medical interventions unless they were absolutely necessary. So he took a slower, more natural route. He started walking more, sleeping better, and added avocado to his breakfast every other day. He didn't expect much, but about a month later, he noticed subtle changes. He felt more energized. His blood pressure readings improved. And he told me, in a way that only a 75-year-old man can, things have been working a little better lately. That kind of understated confidence is exactly what we're aiming for. What's also important to understand is how foods like avocado affect more than just physical health. When you feel better about your body, when you know you're doing something supportive, you start walking differently, speaking differently, even thinking differently. That's not just nutrition at work. That's dignity quietly restored. So don't overlook the avocado just because it's not flashy or exotic. In terms of what it does for your blood vessels, especially those delicate veins that matter most, it's one of the most useful fruits an older man can eat. Simple, rich, and quietly powerful. Sometimes that's exactly what we need. Number 4, bananas' natural way of balancing blood pressure and circulation. Most people don't give bananas much credit. They're simple, inexpensive, and always sitting in the grocery store like they're nothing special. But for older men who want to keep their blood vessels open and flowing smoothly, especially the ones tied to performance and vitality, bananas can be one of the smartest choices you make. That's because bananas are rich in potassium, and potassium plays a key role in regulating blood pressure. High blood pressure is one of the biggest culprits behind reduced blood flow, particularly to the penis. When pressure is too high for too long, the tiny vessels begin to wear out, narrow or stiffen, limiting the responsiveness and energy that many men once took for granted. Potassium helps the body release excess sodium, which is one of the main things that drives blood pressure up. By helping your kidneys do their job more efficiently, potassium supports smoother circulation throughout the body, especially in areas where even small improvements can make a big difference. And the beauty of bananas is that they offer this benefit in a way that's easy, natural, and familiar. No need for supplements, fancy powders, or confusing regimens. Just peel and eat, and there's more. Bananas also contain vitamin B6 and magnesium, two nutrients that help reduce inflammation and support nerve health. That's important because blood flow alone isn't enough. You also need the nerves to be responsive and the tissues to be well nourished. It's a full system, and bananas help support several parts of it at once. Take the story of Larry, 68 years old, retired from a career in teaching. For years, he struggled with borderline high blood pressure and was always a little skeptical about dietary changes. But after his doctor encouraged him to cut back on salty snacks and increase his potassium intake, Larry started adding a banana to his breakfast each morning. Within a few months, his blood pressure was noticeably more stable, and he said he felt less sluggish, more alert, and surprisingly, more alive in a way he hadn't felt in years. And here's the part Larry didn't expect his wife noticed too. She said he seemed more confident and more emotionally present. That's what happens when your body starts running better. It's not just about function, it's about presence, confidence, and energy returning to your life. Bananas won't make headlines, but what they do inside your body is deeply meaningful. They help keep your vessels clear, your pressure steady, and your whole system balanced. And for older men, that's a quiet advantage that can mean the world. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, berries that quietly clean your veins from the inside out. When it comes to keeping your veins clean, flexible, and working properly, especially the delicate ones that control blood flow to the penis, few foods are as helpful as berries. We're talking about blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries. These small, colorful fruits may look unassuming, but they're packed with some of the most powerful natural compounds you can find in food flavonoids. Flavonoids are known to fight inflammation, reduce oxidative stress, and support the repair of blood vessel walls. That's not just good for your heart, it's essential for keeping blood moving through even the smallest veins in your body. As men get older, oxidative damage builds up. It's a natural part of aging, but that doesn't mean you're powerless. When your veins and arteries are under constant stress from poor diet, smoking, high blood sugar, or just time itself, they can start to harden or narrow. That limits how much blood can move through. And when that happens in the pelvic region, you may notice less firmness, less energy, and less consistency when it matters most. Berries help prevent that from happening, and in many cases, they can even begin to reverse some of the damage. What's particularly useful about berries is their ability to improve endothelial function. The endothelium is the thin layer of cells lining your blood vessels. When it's healthy, blood flows smoothly. When it's not, you're more likely to experience blockages or reduced sensitivity. Berries nourish those cells. They keep the endothelium flexible and capable of responding when blood flow increases. That's crucial when your body needs to respond quickly and maintain performance. One of the best things about berries is how easy they are to incorporate into your daily life. Toss a handful into your morning cereal, blend them into a smoothie, or just eat them as they are. Frozen or fresh, they carry the same benefits. And the more variety you include, blueberries for brain and vein health, strawberries for vitamin C and blood pressure, the more complete the effect. There's a beautiful synergy that happens when these fruits work together inside your system. I remember talking to George, 81, who used to think that only medicine could solve his issues. He had tried pills in the past, but the side effects wore him down. Eventually, he switched to focusing on lifestyle, walking, sleeping better, and yes, eating a cup of mixed berries every morning with yogurt. Within weeks, he felt a change. Not dramatic, but real. He said it's like the fog started to lift. He wasn't just talking about his energy. He was talking about intimacy too, feeling connected again, both physically and emotionally. That's the kind of result we often overlook. It's not always about dramatic fixes. Sometimes it's about giving your body the tools it needs to function naturally again. Berries don't force anything. They just quietly restore balance, protect what matters, and support the kind of blood flow that keeps you feeling alive, especially where it counts. So if you're looking for one small, powerful addition to your diet that helps unclog, nourish, and strengthen your veins, start with a bowl of berries. Over time, you might be surprised just how much of a difference these little fruits can make. Final thoughts. As we come to the end of this video, take a moment to think about what you've just heard. 5 simple fruits: pomegranate, watermelon, avocado, banana, and berries. Each one offers a natural, quiet way to support the blood vessels that matter most, especially for men in their later years. These aren't strange superfoods or exotic powders. They're real, familiar, and easy to bring into your life without turning everything upside down. And the best part? They work with your body, not against it. Sometimes we think aging means accepting decline, that it's normal to slow down, lose function, or quietly retreat from things we used to enjoy. But the truth is, you have more control than you think. Supporting healthy circulation is one of the most powerful ways to restore energy, confidence, and that quiet sense of self-respect that every man deserves to hold on to. And it doesn't take magic, it takes consistency. A handful of berries here, a few slices of avocado there, a small change repeated often enough to create a real difference. So what stood out to you the most? Which of these fruits are already in your routine? And which one are you ready to try adding in starting tomorrow morning? We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.